They'd want to run it, but it would make sense.
Hmm.
Lion. Well,
All right, we're seeing some El Clasico drafts actually, because last time I saw a Lion, the opposing team responded with a Shaman pickup.
and that was probably in Europe because Europe loves Lion. CN in Europe have a thing for that hero, and it is a really annoying hero with the convent that is getting 2 points in mana drain before Earth Spike. That hero is very, very annoying. And it's very good versus Tidehunter. You just keep sucking the mana out of him, and I guess there might be a Coddle up there with him, but I'm assuming we're going to be having that Coddle 5. And they steal the Witch Doctor, so never mind. Coddle 4.
I mean, it was like you're saying that you've kind of felt like they wanted to get a Witch Doctor slotted instead of that Tidehunter, and now this kind of denies the Alchemist more or less because the continuation damage in a team fight from a Witch Doctor with just Maledict alone is really hard to deal with. So you get the Ravage, the Maledict, and if you play Witch Doctor, you're putting a lot of bank on them coconuts, and
When
likely them caskets will land.
when Egoboys having the last pick in this phase, they could very well go for it again if they really wanted to. Uh, because it's just the Timbersoft. They can navigate around that matchup. Now that they have the Witch Doctor, it feels a lot less scary for an Alk to go into that lane, just with this how strong Witch Doctors kind of come to light. But I also find it very strange that we're not seeing these teams value Alk as much as the rest of the teams in the tournament. Literally every other series, we're seeing that Alchemists not make it just because teams are first phasing it. They're playing it versus literally every counter, and they don't care because of how powerful it is. So it's interesting to see the different drafting values that these teams are putting down in front of us.
Well, I mean, you know what they say. Every region has their own speciality. For a long time, CN was picking Doom almost every game. But if you watched an NA game shortly after that, Doom's not even in the frame of mind. So it might just be more of like a region based preference that more or less appeals to, I guess, the region. But we do see Void Spirit's going to be picked up for Unknown.
And there's a guy we haven't seen in a few games, but incredibly strong hero. We talk about it a lot. Him being first phase typically, just the Ags is one of the strongest timings in the game. It disembowels position 5, position 4. The supports can't really do anything, and it forces a lot of these carries to go items that they otherwise wouldn't, like the Weaver having to deal with the silence, or even other mid laners like the Puck having to deal with the silence, which is a hero that hasn't gotten banned yet. We haven't seen the Puck being contested. Think we saw it banned halfway through the banning phase last game. But now, let's see.
We're going to see the Morphling instead. This is actually one of the other heroes that we've been seeing banned every now and again in our drafts. And I think so far this is actually a really nice Morphling game because morphing into Void Spirit is so good.
And we know from watching the last series where Alone actually played it, he played it into Little Nick Void Spirit, and he was having a really good time. He did, I think, die once just after a support rotation, but Alone is a beast on Morphling. It's easily one of his most comfortable heroes. It is slightly scary versus the Lion, just because it's that one hero where sometimes you just get hexed, you die, there's nothing you can do about it. But they're banning out mid laners, so they're thinking that maybe Rises can play it. But that's the nice thing about having two Morphling players on your team. You can really feel out this mid lane or these matchups. Even though you don't have last pick, you can definitely get a situation that you want, especially after feeling out the enemy team's bans. But PL taken out.
Yeah, they get rid of that PL and there's that Puck. It was a very good mid pickup for that, even if it wasn't the instead
Yep,
safe
there's the
lane
troll.
Morphling. I mean, it was the last good safe that was still available. They insta-banned the Lycan and
Instant.
insta-gid the Bloodseeker. All right. I've been seeing only a very light resurface of this Bloodseeker pickup, and that was because for a little while people were running it as like a 4 for like a very short period of time. And then they kind of just like dropped off the face of the earth. But, saying that yesterday we had a life stealer, so anything can happen.
Well, and you see a lot of the like top the rank 1 through 5s in pretty much every region. They love this hero. They love Death Prophet. They love these incredibly crazy heroes, but oh, they picked
Oh.
Medusa.
You know, chat, we were all talking about this, and by all I mean we, the casters, were talking about this during our little quick break. Medusa is such a boring hero.
You know, I love Medusa. I bought that set when it was full price. It was $9.99. Never gonna get that money back. Now it's worth like what, 15 cents on the market. But
Yeah, because you could buy it from
I'm
the Dota Plus shard market.
the exactly. But now, I mean, I don't want to see this hero anymore. I understand why they picked it because Rises, you rupture the Medusa, you silence the Medusa. It is very annoying for her because she is just a turret. At that point, she has to stay still. RoboZ is not the one that's going to get ruptured in these situations. And they're just playing over the fact that they're going to have to run into Burner to win this game, but Morphling is one of the most proven heroes versus that Medusa. Is very, very good at getting rid of that mana shield in those quick bursts, and is just slightly too mobile for the Medusa to really slow down with that Scotty timing. It's not your life stealer, it's not your other mid laners or safe laners that run out of gas after they start hitting the Medusa for too long. I think Morphling is one of the best heroes, and alone, I already talked about how much of a beast he is on that hero. I think this Medusa is going to struggle in this game.
Yeah, there's quite a bit for him. And not to mention, I didn't really think about it too much, but in my mind, you never morph into a lion, morph as a lion. But morph into lion, and if he has enough in that mana drain, like that could be devastating in a team fight. It's such a minor thing to think about, but yeah, it's a hard Medusa game to play. But I think they only had like 10 seconds of reserve time near the end there.
Yeah, they were running definitely low, and it makes even more sense now in retrospect that they take out the Lycan, which is again another Rise's classic hero. He played that hero a lot in group stage of DPC. It would even so covering the Medusa ground even more, but I'm very, very skeptical with how successful this Medusa will be, just because it feels like the morph is gonna be able to answer that question. But it looks like we're in for a long one, unless somebody gets rolled. But I think this is gonna be a pretty slow burning game.
30 seconds to battle.
We all know how we feel about slow burning games with a high defense capabilities. It's one of them draggers. In reality, it's kind of based on like how quickly can Rises be able to get all of his items to annihilate this Medusa player. And I think
Well,
because the fact that it's going to be a contest against the Tide with the Keeper, it's not going to be that easy lane.
and you see now, I mean, they're even thinking about going on this bot rune just to scout out what's going on, but they're not doing anything weird with the runes. They're going to have this Tide Hunter have a relatively free time because they took away that aspect of Medusa in laning. And that's why a lot of people ignored the hero for a long time. Whenever you couldn't mana burn certain offlaners, you couldn't mana burn certain mid laners, and it killed the hero. But with the reduced physical damage, the hero just came back into the light. But that just means that Tidehunter, that's not something he needs to worry about. He's going to be able to last hit and kind of exist. And Medusa's got 59 damage, but hit with one anchor smash, he's going to be down to like 30. It's going to be pretty sad.
One Keeper Blast.
And she's going to be constantly under pressure by this Coddle. And every single time she gets waved, she's going to be spending mana or money on regen instead of those sweet, sweet items that she would typically want.
I mean, there you already see it. One Anchor Smash, two Anchor Smashes, plus one Keeper Wave. She's at basically dead. And if the salve, yeah, the salve's on the maiden, so you're already seeing the salve eventually go out here. There's no aggressive ward really to scout it out. They had one here, I believe, to end up getting vision of the fact that the Keeper went up and around for the first blast, but none here. So
He's trying to kill the courier. He got it.
This courier has been killed.
Had some additional regen for the CM.
Was it on the fly back?
No, it was running away. It was trying to, yeah, it's trying to come in, but... And he does need to be a little bit careful if Benjaz isn't with Tano too much. He is going to be eating a lot of damage, but They blocked the large camp. Prada can't get any pulls off. He's going to be just a little bit too late for the small pull, I believe. He's going to hit it at 48. Okay, he's got it if he used the spell. But still, this isn't an ideal situation because Benjaz is going to be eking up on level 3, and you see him saving skill points depending on whether or not he's going to need the Frostbite or the Kraken Shell to purge off the Frostbite, but it's most likely just going to get Gush, and this lane is going to continue to be pretty rough, but pretty fantastic for the Tide.
Yeah, Benjaz is it's a free game for him. Much like last game, Beastmaster, free game for him as well. And you don't really want to be giving that to a Medusa. But with that being the case, let's go ahead and take a look at our other lanes. Let's going to look at bot next as we see that the CS is well endowed down here with the 12 and 3, the 10 and 0. Drakeel, but like in the same scenario of top lane, their regen is being expended so early. Kara still has their salve, and they just had to pop it on Drakeel.
And even though they're stealing this mana, this is the one benefit of Bloodseeker. They actually got him top.
Yeah,
Prada.
they do end up getting the kill top, but we're going back down to bottom here as there is a decently sized Maledict on Drakeel. Drakeel actually jumps back in. But yeah, they do end up getting the first blood out onto the Crystal Maiden. That's the only downside of a Maiden, is that 0 move speed at the very beginning of the game. Yeah, 280. Don't think she's the slowest hero anymore, though. I think there's actually somebody who's still 275.
Techies?
Treant?
No, Techies is fast. Never mind.
Yeah,
I think he's like
Techies
325.
Yeah, Techies is up there. I think Treant might be close now. It's either that or Tree's 285.
And the slow heroes were always a bad idea. Whoever thought of that was let's just make this hero incredibly unfun to play.
Heal. It's gonna get hit with the silence down in bot lane, but yeah, slow heroes they're boring. Like it's big sad.
Speaking of the opposite of slow heroes, this bot lane usually, I mean, this mana drain is so annoying. He's waiting to see if he needs a skill in Hex, but Rises is the one hero that can kind of walk away from that when they're going.
Silence, casket.
I think they got him.
Yeah, that's enough damage there. Could get some damage with the courier, but actually no. Drakeel kills his Rise's courier. Didn't see where that one got
Benjaz?
clipped. Oh, yeah.
Got him.
They do end up getting the Tide in the trade. Well, trade, more or less.
He got very lucky as well. The first tick of Frostbite, he actually purged it off with Kraken Shell, but it was just a little bit too much magic damage. I think Tano was just trying to scout out, try to stack something, but got pulled away from it to try and save his Tide's life and failed. But nobody making rotations for these runes. I think Widge just refilled his mid's bottle. Yeah. Alone able to claim that one.
Yeah, we're at the 4.5 minute. I didn't even see the bounty runes, or the runes. Yeah, Wolfling sitting on that one, Robo, but it is refreshed. Just leave Drakeel alone for a little bit here, but they're not entirely concerned. Rises is still level 3 in comparison to Drakeel, who's level 4. Kara level 4 as well. Rises actually gives the salve to Kara. We'll throw out the Maledict combo with the coconut, but no land.
Yeah, I don't think Kara saw the creep wave coming in, and you see Rise is canceling his W. He doesn't want to waste any more blood rights. But this lane is getting harder, I think, for Drakeel, especially sitting at such a low HP. He's not able to get his stacks without running up to the waves, and yeah, they're pinging him out because
yeah, I mean,
Maledict and free.
HP. The silence is going to be there, which puts him back into very low range again for the extra thirst. He's like, Rise is like, I'm completely unfazed by the lack of my mana.
Hey, he's got 2 spells. They're very cheap spells as well. He's completely fine.
I mean, how often do you actually even press Q? Let's be honest here.
Actually,
top lane.
Tano top.
Yep.
Nice
Prada
snake.
He's going to be in trouble, but they get the exchange support to support. Benjaz could actually just dive him, and that burns all the Burna manas there. That's a 3 anchor smash.
Yeah, and he did exactly what he needed to. He balls to the wall, just stood there, stuck the Illuminate, and was able to get at least the XP for the CM kill, but still, everybody's just farming. There's a lot of CS split amongst the board, but Bloodseeker's the one who's going to start pulling away. Just Witch Doctor in lane. It makes me wonder what would have happened if they swapped their heroes, but pick the CM for other reasons.
Robo Z in
So
trouble.
low.
Oh, just barely getting out of that one. And they see that he's got the regen rune going because he's no longer visible by thirst. Back in bot lane, though, Drakeel. The same sort of scenario
Gonna
here.
get
He is
turned on?
burning away, but he is actually going to be fine. This Maledict is not going to kill him. Be at 50.
So close.
I mean, that's the power of all those stacks on him. That reactive armor. He will throw out the casket. The silence,
no.
actually, if he gets hit again. Ooh, the bounces in his favor. Rises like, I want this man. He needs to die. He's sitting at 0 HP. Look at him go. Card doesn't even have Voodoo Resto up. He's given him a clarity. He wants this kill so bad.
When they want to contest this huge creep wave under tower.
Looks
Oh,
like
is he
they're
gonna?
gonna get Wiz.
Well,
Yeah, they
Yep.
get Wish instead.
He's dead.
Like, that Maldic pick will get the kill, and I mean Jakeel still low HP here.
unfortunately, Rises did not get the kill. That would have healed him up pretty much to full, but it looks like he will be able to stabilize the lane now that the Lion is out of the picture.
They are pinging him though. Well, it looks like more of that the other way, but back up in the top lane. Berna
Yeah,
just
Berna's
continually
just
getting
getting run down.
contested down. I didn't even think about the anchor smash basically refresh. Like, how much does this reduce already? It's 4 seconds, and this
It's
is 5
perma.
seconds.
It's double.
So
It's
yeah,
double.
it'll be perma. Bot
But
lane,
it's just
maybe.
so annoying. I'm a little bit sad we don't see the Benjez going for the Orb of Corrosion build that we've seen some Tides opt for, just because
Unknown.
it feels like in this lane it'd be even better. Oh, Rises.
Yeah, they want to get this jump on Rises. They missed
They
the
got
landing,
him.
but they find him with the step. They'll get the kill.
Concern yourself only with gluttony.
And kind of par for the course, having this mid Morphling, he can't really make the same aggressive plays as this Morphling, or as this Void Spirit. He's kind of stuck just farming, doing his own thing, but he's also very happy with his own game going very well. But Medusa's already left. He's already vacated the top lane.
Yeah, she's not actually like terribly out of farm either. I'm trying to like just say the good term of words here. Alone is just taunting Berna under the tower here.
Oh my
But
god.
here's the thing. Oh, he strength marked just in time. He should be fine. I say that though. He has to
Closer
fairy fire.
than-
Stop
yeah, closer than
shifting
you would've
alone.
thought.
Jesus.
Dude, he does this every game. I
gonna
I
scare
love
me.
it so much. He does it every game. Like, I'll watch him. It actually killed Rise's bottom again.
And they do start a TP.
And they're gonna get
but-
Kara too.
Yeah, they break the TP. They're not sending that hero back. The casket buys time, but yeah, that time is a no.
Egoboys never actually left bottom. He was just patient in the trees, and him and Jakeel just took him out.
Medusa's the slowest? At 725? Really? What? No
Oh,
way.
and here's Alone.
Alright, we'll back up at the top. Yeah, we see Prada. He's gonna get bursted down there. Benjaz just able to pump a lot of damage out very early, going max and tide. He does
Oh, and
have
here's the
Ravage, and there
morph.
it goes. They actually get the lion
it
off the
clipped
back
him.
end of that clip there, and they will
Oh.
actually put down this Morphling. Wiz just gonna start dancing up here. He knows that he's done what he's needed. Keeper Blast will go through, and an anchor smash on the outro. Benjaz will claim the double, but easy counter tips.
And that was just really unfortunate. He didn't have vision of the lion just because it was nighttime. They didn't have a ward behind the tower. But Alone is just the ballsiest Morphling in the side of the hemisphere. It's actually wild what he'll be doing when he shifts down when people are killing him. That's the stuff that scares me. He just casts ability for fun.
I want to see. Okay, do you know if this works or not? Tidehunter Battle Fury. If he anchor smashes, does it cleave?
It does work. It does work. We will never see it.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. Hey, sometimes people do dumb stuff, and safe lane Tide would be one of those. But it takes
The
so long
closest,
to get to 25.
Yeah, the closest thing I've seen to that is I remember whenever Monet in China would just buy Battle Fury on Sven. He'd buy Battle Fury Shadowblade just to farm. He'd just keep farming. He'd do his own thing, but that's all he would do on Sven, and everybody hated him for it. Back when Sven was broken, nonetheless.
Yeah, now he's kind of been rotated out of that broken position here. I don't know. Actually, I saw a roster pick Sven, I think, sometime during, not NADPC. No, actually, I'm pretty sure it was NADPC. I saw a Sven.
I believe only 2 heroes weren't picked in all of DPC. I can't remember them off the top of my head, though.
I mean, I'd do the whole, ask Google bit, but I doubt he would know.
Yeah, same here.
That's how Google kind of works. You can only ask it generic questions, not specific questions.
We'll get there once the AI, tries to take us out. And
Yeah,
we'll
it'll
have the
be sooner
perfect,
rather than later. But speaking of soon, Rises might be in a bit of a trouble here, actually. He does manage to find a good coconut stun.
The line's
Kara
just
there,
not
but-
close enough. If they walk up the hill,
I mean, yeah, the rest of Unknown are here.
They got him.
They find the stun. They got the finger. They got the finish off. It's an extra 50 damage to that finger stun as well. They want to keep looking
and
for
now
Kara
Kara,
here.
they're bringing more in. They're bringing Benjaz.
Yeah, they want this bad boy. Ben
5
Jazz,
seconds
I
on
don't know if
Ravage.
He's going to really be able to do much here. You can see that Prada's just buying time, and Benjaz actually can't really just run at him. And the Hex is out there immediately buying so much time, but Wish
Oh,
will
nice.
get stunned by himself, technically. Alone will be able to get a 2-for-2 trade-off there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And not the worst case scenario, Benjaz wasn't forced to use Ravage. It's sad that the 2 cores were able to kite towards Kara and kill him on the other side of the tower and get away with that one. But they're very happy, I think, not losing their Bloodseeker and getting 2 freebies.
Oh, tied. I was going to say he was getting chased up a little bit there. But they're fine. Yeah, it's good that they didn't really lose the Seeker in that endpoint transaction. I mean, they still got the kill on him, but
Stop you.
I really like the positioning of the CM ult, though, at the end of the day. Like, it kind of, like, negated the chance of them going after any of their other heroes.
Yeah, he just put his feet down. You know, you're just a CM. You're going to die. You're behind your enemy team's tier 2. But they're trying to make another play happen. This is exactly what they need. They want to get kills to lead towards the finisher on this mid T1.
I mean, you got the
We're
Ravage.
gonna see Burna.
Oh, this is huge if they get it, but he just pumps his ult immediately. I'd honestly just...
They need to be careful.
I would just click the Ravage button, but they're going to hold it. They denied the mid tower in the meantime.
Yeah, it almost bought enough time for Alone to take that one out, but it was a good play from RoboZ. He was able to, like you said, get that deny. Still, losing your mid tower, it is a little bit scary, but 14 minutes into the game, they've held on to it for about as long as they can without literally just sticking a Medusa there till the end of time. But looking at items, I mean, both of the cores are just going for BKB next. BKB next up on Morphling and on the Bloodseeker, and I guess they're just trying to hit that timing so that way the supports are going to be completely useless on Unknown and try to push that advantage. They really want to forward the schedule, I guess, of this game. They don't want to go too late versus this Medusa.
I mean, that is the game of a Medusa player, is not. It's just, if you don't win early by Medusa continually farming and then maybe revealing maybe once or twice, then it's late game
Radiant's
parafarm.
bottom tower is
And
under
that's
attack.
the insurance plan that is a Medusa pick. Whereas, I mean, Ego, they don't really have that insurance plan. Like, I mean, Morphling does farm up about the same rate, I'd say, but like, eventually the shotgun falls off.
Radiant are scanning.
And then the Bloodseeker, eventually
Radiant's middle
people
tower is under
just
attack.
don't care about getting ruptured. Back in the mid, though, they do drop a scan, but it looked like it might have been an attempted gank. They do get a remnant cap on them.
They are
They
quite
wanna
deep
pick a
in here. They
support.
might see Tano. Oh,
Yeah, this is the one that they wanted, and Tano's just straight dead. Like, that's the pick that they knew they could get. They got the remnant grab out onto the Tide, and they were like, yeah, the Tide's too big. We can't really get on him. Like, he's 1700 HP with a pipe, or with a hood.
when they're
The
going to get more
eventuality.
supports.
I mean, this is what they have to do. Like, Unknown know that the supports are a big thing in all of this team fight capability for them.
Yeah, I mean, we got 5 heroes here. They're going to make sure that this tower goes down.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They are going to trade pressure with the top, however. You see the Morphling is lined up there now.
Radiant's middle tower has
Yeah,
fallen.
Medusa's just TPing up there, though, as soon as possible. Burna's like, yeah, there's free farm up here, guys.
Yeah, definitely a Wraith King player. Definitely a Medusa player. But they're able to get that mid tower, take it away from them. But yeah, they want to fight on Unknown. I was going to say Benjaz was probably saving up for the Blink Dagger. Oh, he thought about pumping it. He's going to use it, maybe?
He actually got hit
Oh,
with
they
the
got it.
rupture. Yeah, they've got him. And they're even going to go ahead and pop the Death Ward.
Oh, rises.
Feel is pretty much dead here, but you do see that Benjaz comes in, and they will get the Ravage on RoboZ. And no, Q actually
Yeah, he was
lives.
able to walk it off. He had the hood pop, and he tanked a lot of that magic damage.
Wood pipe. I mean, I was gonna say chipped vest.
They're
but
gonna
that's not
finger him.
work. Finger goes out onto Benjaz, and Wiz unable to get this kill. They're gonna be able to find a double from this.
And
Saw
are they
a
gonna walk
Shamulet. Where'd
up?
that come from? Who has a Shamulet?
Uh,
Keeper? Keeper.
Dire's structures
Yes.
are fortified. Dire's
And they didn't
bottom
scout out
tower
that
is
ancient
under
stack. They
attack.
might have gone for it before, but now that he's got the blink dagger untied, they do have a little bit more catch. But Alone's just
Alone.
he loses
Yeah.
another tower to the Aether Remnant, but still, you're taking away these towers from the Deuce, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah, getting the map domination very early, being able to put down vision into the triangle. It's something that's like very detrimental for them. Like they need everything they can to sort of stop this Medusa from snowballing. But much like an Alchemist player, no, I'm wrong. It's not like Alchemist at all.
Okay,
If a
fair enough.
Medusa has a lot of net worth, it's going to spiral out of control. More
Yes.
so than I think like an Alchemist would. There's great ways to counter Alchemist, but the thing about Burna's hero is that if you press R, then they run away,
Are scanned.
no matter what ability you have going.
And that is something that the supporting cast of Ego really does struggle with. Is once they're into a fight, they really don't have any tools to get out. It's really just the Morphling that has that mobility. And you see, he actually changed up his item build. He's going to finish his Blade first. He feels like he doesn't need the BKB just yet, whereas Rises is working on that. And I don't think they'll defend this tower. Yeah, they're just gonna let it go. Don't want to ruin anything. If they lose a fight now, then it's gonna make the next 10 minutes quite hard. So instead, just looking for pickoffs. We're gonna lose Kara again.
Yeah, they expend the fortification for it, so it might be more or less of a wasted fort on top of that, because I thought they were going to try to defend with that fort, but they just don't. They TP out, they're going to walk away.
Is under attack.
They want
Just a
nothing
little
to do with it.
too late. And it's just time for the Blade, time for the for the BKB. And once they get that, they can look to maybe get a fight going with the Ravage, but they won't do anything without their full 5-man, I think, for the rest of this game. They don't really, neither team, or rather, Egoboys don't really have the pick-off potential that Unknown do. They can find a lot of more easy kills.
Well, the Scotty is almost done on the Medusa. That's going to be a big key defining moment for Burna. We also have the Imp Claw. So Burna able to pump out a decent amount of damage here, getting a crit every 8-7 seconds.
Oh, and the Yules?
Lift. Yeah, they've got a Yules out
He
to
doesn't
the
have
Seeker.
it.
Yeah, he's just dead. No BKB. 300 off. 200 off.
And now with the Scotty done on Burna, you've got to be a little bit scared.
Oh,
It's
my
so
gosh.
long. It's
That's
so
such
long.
a good one. I mean, everyone that's like long is a good voice chat line. That's just
Oh,
that's how it
alone?
rolls. Yeah, I did see that he is getting jumped
Oh,
on
no.
by Drakeel here,
He's
but the
dead.
stun is there with the Hex follow-up, and the finger is available. He's dead.
Is under attack.
He didn't expect the fast response out of Widge. I'm guessing he thought it would be another long TP because he just ran right at that shrine, not like anybody could get there. And I mean, getting taken down like that... He's already bought the Eagle song though, so it's not like he can rethink his decision and go back for that BKB, so they're kind of in it at this point.
Yeah, he can't really back out from that one. Like, he's lit about 200, 100 gold away, so it's there's no backing out. If you back out like that, then... Well then.
Well, and we've seen today there have been a lot of players making that sort of greedy decision on whether or not to finish the BKB and getting punished to various degrees of severity, but they're
Ooh.
going into Roche and it's counter smoke time.
Yeah, they light tapped Roche to sort of bait him into here. The only differences between their team is that Benjaz does have Ravage available. Oh, if he blinked in and Ravaged, that would have been the spiciest thing for Unknown.
And here they go, they see him. Rises.
They find Rises,
This is good
but
though.
the BKB reveal. Shaquille's going to jump away and just click on creep so he can end up getting the stacks up.
Dire's
And this
bottom
BKB
tower
and Rupture practically wasted. He gets
Kara.
used up by himself, actually, so he's not even
No
going to
BKB.
get affected by this one. The BKB's not up anymore. It's going to be the first kill. No, actually, Prada goes down.
Dire's bottom
Rises,
tower
needs to
is under
plan
Oh,
his
he
path
can't go
carefully,
around.
but no path to plan. He's going to go down here. Berta trying to get the kill onto Benjaz here. The slows are there. They will get remnants onto it, but bam! Up goes the Ravage. They are going to at least put one down. They do end up dropping.
Oh,
Well,
Kara.
I mean, I was going to say they were going to drop that death board and look at it go, but it just wasn't going.
No.
Stun goes out from the Lion. They are going to put down Ben Jazz ever so slowly here, but the problem is Burna does not actually have a lot of base damage to work with, so they can't just keep pumping into him right now. He needs to get a damage item. I think this is the reveal that he might be going for like a Monkey King bar next.
Well, and this is actually the first Medusa I've seen actually go back for the or go for the 32% Mystic Snake gain, which used to be the most broken talent in the game, but it still just gives you so much mana, so much more resource that you just have to keep pumping into it. And if you're Egoboys, you don't have that yet. You only had the Ethblade damage in that fight, and even then, you weren't able to find the Ravage. Benjad's got kited all the way around the pit. The Medusa was just hounding him pretty much the entire time. And using your 10-second like that on Rises, they might just go kill Roche for real now that Ravage is on CD.
I mean, they do drop the scan, but it looks like with the fact they got this scan, Rises just circles the whole entire triangle area and will just start pushing into this bot tower ever so lightly. But you can see that Unknown are using everything they want.
Yeah, and it's not the fastest Roche. That's why Prada he just freezing fielded it, because it is quite slow, but now, I'm guessing, yeah, Medusa's already got a slot ported out for it. She's getting her Butterfly next, and then you're going to see this Bloodseeker who's already been struggling 0-5 and 3 to get anything done. Because right now he really is just a Rupture. He doesn't have that hero that gets low and you can just kill, but
well, I mean,
a freebie would be nice.
Yeah, they do get the freebie on Prada, but it might be a trade here. Maybe some
They
tower
can get
pressure.
Drakeel. They're
Yeah,
hunting.
There's the shot. No gun. And Burna's actually over here by herself. But looks like
They're
Drakeel
hunting
is...
Drakeel.
Yeah, I mean, they really want him, but Drakeel has a mech. And Burna's a snake. Nobody can really fight this. Back in the mid, though, Bloodseeker. Oh, BKB's the TP out. He actually ruptures Robo Z as well, so now there's no rupture for the next team fight.
It's just really unfortunate because you're running out of targets to kill with the amount of net worth on Burna. Even the Timber Cell, when he was becoming him and trying to steal his attributes with Whirling Death, there's just too much HP,
Hex.
too many items.
Stun follows suit onto this Tide. They have Ravage.
He has Ravage.
Defensive. The shotgun goes out, but the finger
no.
return with the silence. The Ags reveal on Robo Z, not getting him out there. The big surprise reveal. And they get that kill in response to the Yules.
Kite it up.
Out onto the Seeker, but in comes a Ravage. Very good one, but Burna picking off Kara in the backlines. Robo Z finding a good spot to jump.
Space.
He'll Astral Step out. Roger Key will push him down, and Wiz just throwing out the stun. But Jazz with 0 mana available and a Hex to follow suit. Yet again, this is not a purgeable thing, so that man is going down. A 3 pick off and nobody dies.
It's just so obnoxious. There's nothing they can do. And like you said, that was the Ags reveal on the Void Spirit. Oh, Rises again.
This one is actually going to confirm. He starts the
he
TP.
didn't even step.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, if he
900
steps,
gold.
he dies.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I love this chat line so much right now.
But in the meantime, I mean, they're hitting your tier 3 tower. They're still here.
I mean, the Morphling's here. He throws out the shot and the gun. But not too much damage actually coming out onto him. And Burna's just completely unfazed by this. Will get 2.3 seconds stunned by the strength shot. But they want this tower. They really want the tower.
And I mean, it's 95 HP now. It's almost, I mean, it's pretty much dead. He has got a
Insta-smoke.
Butterfly now on Burna. And it feels like this Medusa is kind of balled out of control. Stone gain duration now as well, so they're just going to be stuck running for 8 seconds whenever the time does come. And it feels like this game is heavily in Unknown's field right now.
I mean, that's the power of a Medusa game, more or less. It's just Medusa builds item, runs at you, and wins game. And if you don't contest Medusa, then you just lose. Like, no, that Medusa game was a loss. But it was a Divine Rapier waiting game. Like, we were in that game for a long time.
Well, in that game, they had the PA, and this Bloodseeker just isn't a PA. It isn't that hero that can kind of farm up the damage he needs to. in this situation, you've got this Bloodseeker in it. It feels like they just got last pick Medusa. The power of last pick showing its
Oh
strength.
my goodness. Burna solo clicking into this top tower, but they are able to find a pick on a support while alone. Will shotgun Wish.
Oh,
But out goes
trying to cover
Stone
Prada.
Gaze.
I think he's still dead. Oh, just barely.
He's just fine. The Stone Gaze used defensively. So now they don't have that available in their kit, but you want... Burna wants the tower. They'll get the tower.
He still has a
And-
minute on Aegis.
Yeah,
he
I mean,
just doesn't care.
I'm pretty sure that's what we're baiting and waiting on here, is that he wants to die.
And full
I
mana.
want death. I want die. He's trying to... I'm pretty sure this is why they're not really engaging on him, though, because they know that this Aegis is about to expire. And
They
the
need
second
to
it
ignore
does,
him. They need to walk past him, but
Rises, throws up the BKB. They're tearing into Medusa now. This Aegis is bound to expire very soon. 35 seconds. That's how much time they need to wait. He's trying to walk into every spell to die. But we're at the 20-second mark, so now Unknown, they need to leave.
yeah, they will respect that. So they do get to hold onto their melee racks. There wasn't a great jump for Unknown. They didn't want to dive too far because they can definitely still throw this game if they do die in the enemy team's high ground and give up too many objectives. But so it does feel really bad with the tier 3 items up now. There's so many good items. Double smoke from Unknown as well. They're trying to cut him off.
Quickening Charm.
Oh no.
Wiz
They
blinks
got
in,
Rise.
finds the jump. The
Nice
Ravage is
Ravage.
dedicated, though. That's a big one indeed. They will get the finger kill, though. Meanwhile, Prada does get picked off in the backlines. 2 supports are dead. Unknown, though, they're not really afraid of this one. They want to at least trade supports for supports. They'll get the kill on Kara. Move on from there. Maybe get the jump on Alone, but it's a very hard kill to get, especially if you miss the tree. Drakeel, though, needs to be a little bit careful here. He does have a Maledict tick going out on him right now. The shotgun goes out with the shot and the gun, and
There we
he is
go.
dead. They do end up finding this pick, but, I mean, you just see it going ham right here. Medusa, all that you do is walk at hero, stand in one spot, alt-click the ground, get the kill.
And there really is just nothing they can do. It's unfortunate as well he was able to get the rupture, or rather the finger off onto the Bloodseeker just because the Morphling and the Coddle got distracted by the Void Spirit jumping them. But, I mean, now they don't have Ravage. The mid tier 3 dies. I don't think they can do anything. I think this is just going to be maybe 2 racks. Alone's trying to buy time by just stunning him up, but...
Shotgun goes out.
Oh?
Not really much going on here, though. They do find a good stun, but they immediately drop the Stone Gaze and starts the CP. I mean, what do you do? Like, you could see just how little damage they're able to pump out onto this Medusa. And it's going to get to the point where you can't ignore her. Like, she's already in that position where Medusa feels like it's a very hard thing to ignore. But once this Monkey King bar's up, it's literally you have to kill Burna in every fight.
And I think to that point, we need to get this BKB on
no.
Morphling. He can't be afraid, but Orb of
Orb of
Destruction.
Destruction.
There's Psychic Headband.
Looks like he's thinking about it. Nah, he wanted to sack the camp. Does he
Psychic
take?
Headband, I was going to say, okay, he does send it back. Probably better for someone else, but that's an interesting idea because you've got, you've got basically a 4 staff plus the percentage int gain. He gained 200 mana when he picked it up, but maybe after the 75 int talent, you'd consider that, but it really feels like with the BKB on Morphling, they do have a shot to now go into the backline and maybe kill the Lion, but they need to have more vision when these fights start off. Otherwise, Rise is going to continue to get jumped, and he's had some pretty good BKBs, but they've all been last second. They've all been after eating a lot of damage, and he hasn't been able to really beat into anyone successfully. And that's where this hero is supposed to shine whenever these heroes are getting low during the fight, but it feels like they're just running out of damage.
Burna actually just unfazed by needing buybacks in any way, shape, or form. He's bought into the Monkey King bar. They want to end this game now. Like, they have the lead. They know that they have it too.
Eternal Shroud under Keel as well, so he's just going to sit up on the high ground with his teammate, and it just feels like they're almost a little bit too tanky for them at this point. Keel's just sitting there, but here they go.
They drop in.
The
They get a
cask
good
is
Ravage,
good.
The good coconut, actually. They can't pop the stone form, but they do get it out just in time. The finger goes out, though. They get the single pick on Alone. 1 for 1 so far, but the problem is you're sitting at half mana on Burna.
Oh no.
They actually find the Seeker on the escape run. But he's got a lot of HP and speed to work with here.
He's
They need to
slowed
find
up,
proper
though.
slows, but they get the
got him.
remnant. That's it. Rises goes down. But they might be able to find Wish here. No, he throws out a good Hex. Stun up in 4. Mana draining now.
And that would have been a
Literally instant
fantastic
cooldown.
punish. It would have been so great if they got that. That was a fantastic coconut on the 2 heroes. He almost wasn't able to get his ultimate off on the Medusa, but at the same time, immediately jumped by the Lion. Wiz just found alone and wasn't even able to get his 10-second BKB off. Otherwise, that fight looks so different.
Radiant's bottom
Now,
And now, I mean,
Rax-
it's at least 2 racks.
I mean, looks like they're going to let this one kind of like trickle down here as Burna now rotates up to the mid
Yeah,
rack.
Burna's just looking for the melee racks. He wants to kill all
wants
of
to
them.
end the game, and Rax is how they're going to do it because the supports are the only thing that poses a real threat here. And like, you could just see that Benjaz getting kited left and right by the slows. I mean, it's hard. Like, look at how
Yep,
far
2
that
melee
Lion
racks
stun
down.
is.
2 melee racks down. It's gonna feel pretty bad with the heroes they have. Because these are not heroes that are great versus mid. They don't have a Battle Fury carrier. They don't have even a great Maelstrom or Cleave character. They're just going to be stuck now playing versus these super creeps, and Roche just respawned as well. And this is where the game is going to get interesting or over.
Well, you say that,
Oh,
though,
Burna?
Burna is going to be going out for a little bit of team fight here. Is going to be disarmed.
Oh, no.
Silence going to be there, but Stone Gaze is back up in the Stone form. We'll start claiming some heroes here. First, it's going to be the
Lone.
Morphlings. Stoned up, as well as the Finger to fall through. They will get that kill. 3 dead, and Benjaz next to fall. The only one
And I
left
believe that
going
is
to
GG, I think.
be- Yeah, this feels like it's a no comeback time.
And another one.
Yep, immediately jumping in. The Hex and the follow-up. It was like you were talking about. People really hate this Lion hero, and this is a good reason why. Wiz has played out of his mind with these stuns and Hexes left, right, and center.
And he was always where he needed to be. I think the Morphling pick in the Lion it's really scary usually, and it's scary for a reason because you don't get to play your hero. You don't get to play versus their burst because you're just dead or you're hexed. And if you get caught morphing, if you get caught as some other character, as we saw several times where he was getting stunned up as the Timbersaw, and you just go down. You don't have those. You don't get to play the hero the way it's meant to be played. So it's a little bit. It's comfort. He's the best at it. He's really funny to watch because it looks like he's gonna die 50% of the time, but it was just a little bit too strong, especially with the Medusa aspect.
Yeah, I mean, the Medusa, it was so hard to contest her the whole entire time. And ideally, the best way to end up like getting that contest is just to be able to land every spell you need all at the same time and ideally have a maledict on it. But it was like you talked about during draft, like we talked about in break time, and how everybody talks about it no matter what in all the Dota 2 universe, is that she is a stand in one spot and fight the enemy team with 100% mana and HP, basically has 2.5 lives hero. Because everyone, I don't want to say everybody goes for the Mystic Snake mana talent, but like 32% mana in a game like this is really good.
Well, and it all goes back to that first Roche where they were able to force it. They were able to kill Benjaz. They were able to get the Ravage out of him. And even though it was a slow Roche, that Roche Medusa's one of the best characters to have that Aegis on because you just want to ignore her. You want to try and kill everyone else. But Team Unknown's positioning was absolutely perfect. They never gave Egoboys a chance to really eke into that backline and take him out. Rises had a really rough game. It was a culmination of things, but it's good to see another 1-1 in the day.
Yeah, it's always nice to end up having the 1-1 games because it's just like now you know that both points are even in score, or both teams are even in score. And it's nice to come into like the eventuality of the grand finals with that score being like these 1-1s matter a lot. 2-0s are great when your team is the one getting them, but if you're down by that one, you want to get the 1-1 real bad.
The 1-1s also the tiebreakers will happen eventually.
Yeah, well,
if
I don't know.
every team has the same score.
There's been a lot of tiebreaker stuff going on. Like NADPC had tiebreakers. I think they had 4 total possible tiebreakers that went on. And then there was that SA one a really long time ago where Moxie was stuck doing those for like 8+ hours, I think. Like it was almost a 20-hour cast day. But, luckily we're not going to be in that same scenario today, as today is still the group stage. But that also means there is one more series coming up right after this. And looking at the chart, we've got 4 Zoomers versus Latam Defenders. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. The next series will be up right around the corner. Don't go far.